The autumn breeze rustled the oak trees lining Willow Bend, a pristine subdivision where every mailbox matched and every lawn was a work of art. I'm Marcus, a 39-year-old single dad and carpenter who'd moved here 2 years ago for the safe streets and good schools for my 12-year-old son, Ethan. Our modest two-story home was our refuge, complete with a backyard treehouse Ethan loved. But Karen, the HOA president with a superiority complex and a Mercedes SUV to match, turned our quiet life into a nightmare when she hit Ethan with her car, and then had the gall to call the cops on me. It was a crisp Saturday afternoon, and Ethan was riding his bike on the sidewalk, practicing tricks for a neighborhood talent show. I was in the garage, sanding a cedar bench, when I heard a screech of tires and a scream. My heart stopped. I sprinted out to find Ethan sprawled on the grass, his bike mangled, and Karen's Mercedes idling at the curb. She was already out, yelling, "You little delinquent! You scratched my car!" "Ethan!" I ran to him, checking for injuries. He was shaken, with a scraped knee and a bruised elbow, but nothing broken. "Are you okay? What happened?" "She hit me," Ethan said, pointing at Karen. "I was on the sidewalk, and she turned out of her driveway too fast." Karen loomed over us, phone in hand. "He swerved into my lane. Look at this dent." She gestured to a barely visible scuff on her bumper. "I'm calling the police. This is vandalism." I stood, fury rising. "You hit my son with your car, Karen. You're lucky he's not hurt worse. Call an ambulance, not the cops." She ignored me, dialing 911. "There's a reckless kid and his negligent father causing trouble at 214 Willow Lane. I need an officer now." Her voice was pure venom, and neighbors started peeking out, drawn by the chaos. I helped Ethan to the porch, grabbing my phone to record. Karen was still ranting, claiming Ethan attacked her car. Within minutes, a police cruiser arrived, and Officers Daniels and Patel stepped out. Daniels, a calm veteran, surveyed the scene while Patel took notes. "Ma'am, what's the issue?" Daniels asked. Karen launched in, pointing at Ethan. "This kid rode his bike into my Mercedes, damaging it. His father's encouraging this behavior. I want them charged with vandalism and endangerment." I kept my cool, handing Daniels my phone. "Officer, here's the footage from my doorbell cam." She pulled out of her driveway without looking and clipped my son on the sidewalk. "He's the victim here." Daniels watched the video, which clearly showed Karen's SUV lurching forward, hitting Ethan's bike and knocking him into the grass. Patel examined the bike's twisted frame and the scuff on Karen's bumper. "Ma'am, the footage shows you struck the boy on the sidewalk," Daniels said. "That's not vandalism, that's a traffic incident, and you're at fault." Karen's face twisted. "He shouldn't be riding on my street. It's an HOA violation. Bikes are for parks, not sidewalks." Patel raised an eyebrow. "Sidewalks are public right-of-way, ma'am. Kids can ride there. You, however, need to report this to your insurance for striking a pedestrian." I chimed in. "Ethan needs a doctor to check his injuries, and I want her held accountable for hitting my kid and lying about it." Daniels nodded. "We'll call EMS to check the boy." "Ma'am, stay here. We need your statement and insurance details." EMS arrived, confirming Ethan's injuries were minor but recommending a hospital visit for x-rays. As they checked him, Karen tried to slip away, but Patel stopped her. "Ma'am, leaving the scene of an accident is a crime. Don't make this worse." The neighbors, now a small crowd, whispered as Karen's story unraveled. I recognized a pattern. Karen had a history of bullying residents, like when she tried to find a neighbor for unauthorized Halloween decorations. I called my friend Laura, a lawyer who dealt with HOA disputes, and she arrived just as Karen was doubling down, claiming I'd trained Ethan to sabotage her. Laura reviewed the footage and smirked. "Karen, you're looking at reckless driving and false reporting. The HOA has no jurisdiction over public sidewalks or accidents. You're done." Karen's reign crumbled at the next HOA meeting. I presented the doorbell footage, Ethan's medical report, and a petition signed by 20 neighbors fed up with her tyranny. The board, fearing a lawsuit, voted 6-1 to remove her as president. Laura filed a civil claim for Ethan's medical bills and bike replacement, and Karen's insurance settled quickly, covering everything plus pain and suffering. Karen's Mercedes vanished from her driveway. Rumor is she's selling it to cover legal fees. Ethan's back to biking with a new helmet and a sturdier bike, and I've added cameras to the backyard. Willow Bend feels safer now, and Karen keeps her distance, her HOA crown shattered. I'm just glad my son's okay, and that justice rolled over her like she rolled over his bike.